Hey guys, coming in. My post-training routine would probably be swing past the shops, get something for dinner, come inside, take it out of the dog, Daisy, and usually take her down the park for a bit of a walk because she hasn't been out for most of the day. I would describe my style like a lot of natural tones around, somewhere to relax and keep the place calm. Naz did that for me. Quite a nice piece of art to look at, so I'm very grateful for Naz for doing that for me and Jazz. Moving out of home when I was 18, firstly moving to Sydney was pretty tough. I suppose you pick things up pretty quickly about how to look after yourself, and by the time I got to Melbourne I was well and truly used to living away from home. It felt very normal to me, so I'm looking forward to calling it home for the rest of my life so far, so we'll see. This is the main bedroom. Obviously spent a bit of time in here, plenty of time in the bed sleeping and recovering, but yeah, one of my favourite places in the house. I've learned a fair bit about how important it is to get off the screens before bed. We spend so much of our time on our phones and watching TV, especially to wind down. So I've tried to pick up reading to get off the phone, but it still is a bit of a challenge. Currently trying to get through the Harry Potters. Read the first one, now up to the second one. Obviously watched the movies as a kid, but never read the book, so just trying to tick that off. Yeah, so this is the spare room. Mum and Dad like to come down a fair bit, especially during the season to watch the footy. So yeah, got to make sure it's all set up and ready to go. I moved in with Huey Goddard and Louis Pearce initially, who were great mates. Luke Dunstan and Blake Acres, who I'm still quite close with today. Probably the two that, I formed quite a close bond with. So initially when I first moved to the Saints, it was probably those two. Greatest memory as a Saint probably have to be winning a final in 2020 against the Doggies at the Gabba. That was unbelievable at the time, it was surreal, especially in that year that was so tough for everyone. But again, on the weekend we had a nice win over Melbourne with Naz kicking the winner, so that was also very special. Two pretty good moments, I think. If I could have 3 people over, dead or alive, for a dinner party, Robin Williams is one. He's one of my favourite comedians, I guess. Love all these old movies, so I'd love to ask him about some of them. I think Steve Irwin, I don't need to explain that one. It'd be awesome just to have a conversation with him, and an ex-Saint, maybe Trevor Barker, just to talk about the old rabbit disco. My go-to after dinner snack, I'm a sucker for a Tim Tam, but a lot of the time you probably can't be eating too many of them during the season, so I'd like a bit of yogurt, some muesli and some fruit, usually to tide me over until breakfast in the morning. This is probably my favourite space in the house to wind down. It's certainly where I spend a lot of my downtime. Having Daisy, she'll sort of come in and sit on her bed, and I'll spend I think it's important to spend a bit of time on the couch just to really, I suppose, take your mind off life, work, footy, all that sort of stuff. Definitely spend a lot of time resting up on this couch, watching TV, reading books, whatever it is. I think it's important as well to invest in a good couch and a good bed because you spend so much of your life on there too. So I've certainly done that with this one, so it's good. Watched Game of Thrones recently with Jazz. She had never seen it, so I sort of did a bit of a rewatch, which took us a few months to get through, but it's always got something that we're watching, I guess. I've got quite a few close teammates, some that have been there for a lot longer than others. Jimmy Webster, Jack Sinclair and Ron Marshall have probably been there for as long as me, but Dougal Howard, Cal Milky, Dan Butler are also really close mates of mine. They've certainly made the club a fun place to be, not just for me, but everyone else. It's crazy to think that, I'm coming up to 200 games, and I suppose Cal Milky's one who's been my vice captain for a long time, and I've had some good times with him on and off the field. A day off. Usually like to get a bit of recovery in, I suppose. Something to do with just looking after my body, and then also like to play a bit of golf and spend a bit of time with the dog as well. So if I can do all of those 3, I've had a good day. I don't love having a lot on the schedule. I like to chill out at home with the 2 people that I love, the dog and the person I love the most. So certainly makes me feel good, and they provide a great home for me, so I'm very lucky.